Hello, welcome back to Cracking the Cryptic and a Jay Dyer puzzle for me today. Jay Dyer is a fantastic constructor and I love her puzzles. Looking forward to giving this a go. It is very simple rule set, Renban and black dots. Give it a try if you feel like it on the link under the video, but don't forget that if you like lines, we've got a fabulous line Sudoku app. If you prefer black dots, we've got a fabulous domino Sudoku app. And if you just like all Sudoku, we have 8 other apps, so do check them out on the links under the video. They are very well worth your time and attention, and indeed a bit of your money. But then so is Patreon, where of course this month's Puzzle Hunt Jojo Bo's rather brilliant CTC clone pack is still active. And we'd love you to have a go at it. There's loads going on Patreon as always, and you are very welcome to join us there and get some of the extra content. Also, there's Sven Sudoku Pad and our merch, but do check them all out on the links under the video. The first link is to Weird Bug, and I'm guessing that's because, yeah, this does look like, look, there's the eyes of the weird bug and the mouth parts here. It's crawling down the grid to the bottom right, and the body is up there. It is a bit weird. Oh, I shouldn't use weird too much. It's suddenly become a politicized word, hasn't it, in the States? Gosh. Right, we'll avoid that word for a bit, if I can manage to. Let's get cracking anyway. So, oh, sorry, let's restart the clock. Let's get cracking. Okay, so I'm interested in the packed central box. I mean, 1s and 9s have to appear in this on Renbans because every digit in this box is on a Renban. Yeah, 9. 9 is the digit to focus on. Right, 9 can't go on a black dot because it doesn't have a Sudoku digit that is half or double its number. Can 9 be in these cells on these? They're 5-cell Renbans. They're very symmetrical. And they go to symmetrically placed black dots in the corner boxes. Now, if you had a 9 here, the other digits, yeah, that just wouldn't work. The other digits would be 8, 7, 6, 5. There's no 2 you could put on a black dot. So 9 can't be on these cells or these cells, and it must be in these cells along with an 8 and a 7. Now, one of these black dots is going to be a 6-3 pair because in the other family that lives on black dots of 1, 2, 4, 8, we only have 3 digits left in the box to place. So 6 and 3 are going to be on one of these black dots and 2 is going to be on the other along with 1 or 4. And these digits are therefore selected from 1, 4 or 5, and one of them is a 5. The 5 probably goes with a 6-3 pair, but we don't know that. Probably butters no parsnips, as we say in the world of Sudoku. Okay, so one of these black dots is a 6-3 black dot. The line that is, okay, here's another thing. These black dots are in sequences of 3, and therefore they must come from the 1, 2, 4, 8 family. Now that tells me 2 things about them. One is that these cells must be both 2 or 4. They could be the same, but they're both from 2 or 4, because the sequence is either 1, 2, 4 or 2, 4, 8 in each case. And you'll notice that in both of those sequences, 2 and 4 appear. Now, whichever one of these is 6-3, I was going to say 2 and 4 have to be on its line, but they don't. It could be 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, in which case, let's just assume this was the 6-3 dot. That would be 4. This would be 5. In fact, no, it could be 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh. No. If it's 6, 3, 5, that's 4, that's 7, allowing this to be a 2, 8 pair. One, 2, 5. I can't work this out. One of these is a 6-3 pair. 4 and 5 must appear on its line. Ah. Okay, when that happens, oh. Yeah, okay. Sorry, I'm just having some thoughts in my head and it's very hard to articulate them while they're happening. This is what you get with this channel, is we have these epiphanies, then we have to explain what we've thought, and you get to watch us think the thought and then try and explain the thought. Okay, what I'm going to explain is that whichever one of these black dots is a 6-3, the rest of its line has a 4 and a 5 on. Now, the 4 cannot be here. Yes, it could. Oh, bother. Oh, okay, much more simply than any of that complex thinking. Whichever one of these is 6-3 does not have the 1 on its line, because you can't have 1 and 6 on a 5-cell Renban line. Therefore, the 1 in the central box is on the other line. Now, it doesn't have to be in the black dot, but it does have to be on the other line. So one of the lines is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 line. And it's going to have its 2 on the black dot. We know that. Yeah, the line that is not the line with 6 and 3 on is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's going to have its 2 on the black dot. And therefore on the sequence dot in the other box, it's going to have a 4. And therefore it's not going to have a 4 on its black dot in box 5. Isn't that lovely? So these must be 1, 2, 3 and 6. One of them is now a 1, 2 pair. And these are the 4, 5 pair in row 5. And we worked out that whichever one of these is 6-3, I was going to say we worked out that this isn't 2, but we didn't. Whichever one of these is 1, 2 is clearly going to have 4 in its sequence dot middle and 5 in its row 5 cell and 3 on its tip. So whichever one is 1, 2 has a 5, 4, 3 there. And whichever one is 6-3, since the 1, 2 has a 5, the 6-3 has a 4 here and a 2 there. The 2 has a 1, 4 pair and we have 5 in the tip dot. So if I've got that right, let me just check. The 1, 2 has a 4 there, a 5 there and a 3 on the tip. The 6-3 has a 5 there. No, what? The 6-3, the 1, 2 has a 4 there. The 6-3 has a 5 there. So I've got something wrong here. I'm sorry, I'm going to go through it again because I've got confused in my head. One of these is a 1, 2. I've definitely worked that out. That has a 4 on its sequence dot. So one of these is a 4. That therefore has a 5 on its row 5 cell and a 3 in its tip. And that accounts for the 1, 2. The 6-3 which now has a 5 in its row 5 cell needs a 4. Needs a 4 on its black dot sequence digit because the 4 can't go in the tip because these sequences always have 4 in. So these are both 4s. I didn't get that, but I've got it now. that can't be right. That can't be right. That is not what I've said. Right, let's go back. The 1, 2 has a 4 here and a 5 here. That's what I've got wrong. And a 3 there. So in the central box, it's a 1, 2, 5. Therefore, in the central box, it's a 6, 3, 4. And the sequence digit is a 2. And the end digit is a 5. So I was right the first time. Okay. So in one of these cases, we've got 1, 2, 4 there and a 5. And in the other case, we've got 2, 4, 8 there and a 3. Now, these insect eyes, can they be a sequence of 3 different digits from the 1, 2, 4, 8 group? Do you know what? I don't think that they can. This is going to be a 2 and a 4. Yes, that's simple. These are going to be a 2 and a 4 based on the differences from box 5. And they're going to be looking at this cell. And if this was a sequence of different digits, that would be 2 or 4. It's not allowed to be 2 or 4. Indeed, I think we might be able to go further. This isn't just not a sequence. I think I can say it's not from the 1, 2, 4, 8 family, which is really, really interesting. If I can. Let me just see if I can. If it was from the 1, 2, 4, 8 family, it would have a 4 looking at it from one end and a 2 looking at it from the other. And what we're saying is, if this is not a sequence, these are the same digit. Because if it's not a sequence, it's a repeating digit group. And those are not allowed to both be 2 or both be 4, and that is not allowed to be either 2 or 4. So suddenly none of these cells could be 2 or 4, and you can't make up this sequence with 1s and 8s. So this is prepared from 3 and 6 as a pair. That is unbelievable. J. Dyer, you are an absolute mind-blowing phenomenon. Look, and now look what that does. That is brilliant. Not only is this a 3-6 group with a repeat digit there, this can't be a 3-6 pair now because it would break that cell. So this is now the 1-2 pair. Now we get to disambiguate these things. That's the 1-2 pair. This is 4, that's 5, this is 3, and on we go. What a brilliant start to a puzzle. This is now 4, this is the 3-6 pair. Now we need a 5, and that has to be a 2. That is just absolutely wonderful. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. I'm just lost in admiration. I'm not really even thinking about the rest of the puzzle because I'm just mind blown over what we've just seen. I'm just thankful that I thought about whether that could be a sequence. I'm sure this is the way in. I'd be very disappointed if there's another way because I think that's so clever and brilliant and I'm in love with it. Right. Now, this is interesting now. Isn't it? This is interesting now. Right, one of these is a repeating 3 or a 6. And whichever one that is, whatever digit is yellow, I'm trying to colour it yellow, whatever digit is yellow can't go on this line. But this is a 6-cell Renban line and 6 has to be on it. If you imagine the possible sequences in the sequence from 1 to 9, any 6-cell sequence has a 6 on it. And now yellow can't be 6 because it would be kept off that line. So yellow is 3, and now it's 3 that's kept off this line, and this line therefore has to be 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now that 3 has settled the hash of 6 and 3 there, and suddenly where can 6 be on this line? Only there. The line is 4, 5, 7, 8, 9. So I'm going to literally mark that. 4, 5, 7, 8, 9. These can't be a 4 by Sudoku, nor can that. So now there's a 4 in one of those cells, and that's a 1, and that's a 4. And this is just marvellous. That's the 4 in column 9. There's a 4 in one of those two cells. 6 in box 3, it's just done somehow. 3 in box 4 is in one of those two. 5 in box 6 is a write-in. Now, what about this line? It doesn't have, well, it doesn't have 4, 5 or 6 on it. That could be a 3, but if it doesn't have, oh yeah, it could be 1, 2, 3. Or it could be 7, 8, 9. No, it can't be 1, 2, 3 because this digit sees 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. And the line doesn't have a 6 anywhere on, so it is 7, 8, 9. We've got a 7, 8, 9 triple to go with that one. These can't have a 5 on. That is 7, 8 or 9 because it sees all the other digits. There's a 3 somewhere there and a 3 definitely here. And that can't be a 3 because it's not a 3, 6 black dot. Just trying to, I'm not going to pencil mark 3 in box 1, but we're making progress, folks. We're moving on. It's so good. This is so good. It's like just pleasure. Right, this line, I was going to say it can't have a 4 on it. That's absolutely not true, but I was also hoping it couldn't have a 5 on it, and that's nowhere near true, because 2 cells can have a 5 in. Ooh, this digit is going to be in one of those 2 cells, because it can't reappear on its line, and then it's either there or it's an 8 there. 1, 2, 3, 6. Ah, this is getting interesting. 5 is in one of those cells, so either 4 or 5 is on this line, but what is that? Oh, this is not 1, 2. Look, this sees a 1, 2 pair and 3, 4, 5, 6 in a box. So now I've got a 7, 8, 9 triple. I might be colouring 7, 8, 9s any moment. That's now a 1, 2 pair. 1 and 2 are in these cells by Sudoku. This line has got a 5 or a 4 on it. I want to say not both, but I don't actually know that. It feels like that line is doable, and I can't do it. This doesn't have a 3 on it, so it doesn't have a 1 or a 2 on it either. What is this? Oh, come on. That's not a 5. This is 1 or... There's another 7, 8, 9 triple. Right, I am going to be colouring the 7, 8, 9s now. Let's just give them different colours here and see what materialises. That's green. One of those is a 4, but one is green. So that's blue. There's a purple in one of those along with a 3. That's purple. That's... Oh, yeah, no, it could be 5, so I don't know that it's blue. Okay, just need a little caution there. I thought I might somehow be able to colour these, but I'm now seeing that was a bit of a pipe dream. I didn't have enough information. 5, 5's in one of those cells. Not interesting. Right, what do we do next? This black dot is not 6, 3, obviously. It's from the 1, 2, 4, 8 family, and that can't be a 4, so this can't be an 8. This is not, oh, this is not 3 or 6. So this is not from the 3, 6 family, but this one can't be 2 or 4. So that's a more extreme digit. That's 1 or 8. And this has to be 2 or 4, but it can't be 4. So there we go. We've done this one. That's a 2. That's a 1. That's now not 1. And now I can say that's not 2. There's no 2 in those cells, but there is a 1. There's a 1 in one of these 3. It can't be here because we can't put 3 on this line. So 1 is in one of those 2 cells. I'm loving this puzzle, but I still want to make more progress. Thinking about this again. 4, 2, 8, 3. We can't put a 1 on it. So this is 5, 6, 7, or 9. It could still be 4, 5, 6. That's really irritating. Okay, this row, we need a 6 in one of these cells. And there is a 4 or 5 on this line. So this can't be above 7. In fact, this can't be 7, this digit, because then we would need a 6 on this line, because either 4 or 5 is in one of those 2 cells. So this can't be 7, it can't be 8 or anything higher, again, because 4 or 5 are in those cells. So it's not 7, 8, 9. We can see 1, 2, 5, and 4. This is 3 or 6. 4 or 5 is in these cells. Now, what possible combination could we have here if it wasn't both 4 and 5? We can't use 3 or 6, or 1 or 2. I've thought of a possible combination, which is 5, 7. So this is either 4, 5 or 5, 7. How could that be 5? It couldn't. It couldn't. So 5's on the line, along with 3 or 6. These are from 1, 7, 8, 9. Oh, come on, we're so close to making great progress here. Oh, that's a 2, 8 pair, which is a bit surprising. So that's not an 8. This isn't allowed to be a 1 on the line, or a 9. This is 5 or 7. It's got to be. If it's 7, that's 6, and this is 5. If it's 5, that's 6 or 3, and this is 4 or 7. I'm sure there's a very straightforward way of progressing. Now, maybe I should think about this line, which does not have a 3 on. Oh, it doesn't have a 6 on it either. Look at those 6s. And it doesn't have a 3 on it. That's really simple now. That is 7, 8, 9. Has to be. If it doesn't have a 3 or a 6 on it, that's the only possible sequence. Now we've got a 7, 8, 9 triple in column 6. That's a 5. That's not. The 5's in one of these cells. This can be coloured blue. I may have started my colouring in the wrong point, because now I want to colour these babies. Bother. Never mind, let's carry on as we are. Now, this line cannot have a 5 on it, since we put 5 there. That sees every cell on the line. We knew it couldn't have a 3 on it. Now it is either 6, 7, 8 or 6, 7, 8, 9. That one can't be 6. So now we've got a 7, 8, 9 triple. This is great. I get to colour this. Green there. This sees green and purple, so it's blue. That sees blue and green, so it's purple. This is now purple. that's blue, that's green. I'm going to colour all my 7, 8, 9s that I've done. In fact, I've probably just done it. Now, this is not 7, 8 or 9. This is 2. That's 8. Neither of these is 8 now, but this line has 7 and 8 on it because it's selected from 6, 7, 8, 9. So 8 is there, and now 8 is green. And it has a 7 on it as well. Don't know how to use that. But these are a 1, 5 pair, and I know the order thanks to the 5 in box 8. That 1 sorts out 2 and 1. It sorts out 1 at the top, which puts a 4 in that cell, which puts 4 in one of these two. 4, 8, 5, 2, 1, 3 I know is in one of those. I can take 8 out of all of these blue and purples. 4, 1, 7, 8, 9. We've got a 5 definitely here in this box, and that places 2, and then this becomes a 3, 6 pair. This might actually all be coming together, we'll see. 7, 9 pair there now. That's a 2, and this is a 4, 6 pair. I can't colour these yet. I could colour that. Why not? Yes, actually that's quite useful because it means this can't be green, and this is green and is 8, and that means this is 4. Not coloured, but it sorts out 6 and 4. Okay, that didn't resolve this cell, which was kind of what I was hoping would happen. But this one is now a 1, and this is a 2, 5 pair, which can be filled in. This is 7 or 9. This one could still be 6. That's a 1 by Sudoku. That's a 1. This isn't. Or an 8. Okay. In fact, it's purple. Let's get rid of the yellow colouring, which is done. One of these is green. It's got to be here because it's not there. This is green and is 8. And that's the last green. Yes, the last green. Now, we've got purple here. We've got to put blue in one of these cells, but blue could be 7. This is 6, 7 or 9. 2 is here by Sudoku. 3 and 5, that's 3 in the corner. That's 3 in the spotlight. It's losing its religion. This is now purple and is 7 or 9, I suppose. Yeah. That 1, 2 pair is done. So looking across this row, this is now a 3, 6 pair. 1, 2, 8, 3, 6. How do I still not know how to fill this line in? Just feebleness, I suppose. I just don't know. So I'm going to have to leave that and come back to it. Is there a line somewhere that is sorting out 7s and 9s? Oh, it's probably going to be this one. This has to have a 7 on it, so that can't be a 7. Ah, that's lovely. One of those two is a 7 on this line, so that is a 9. Oops, 9. So now that's 7, and this is not 9. This is now 6, and that is going to get us done. That's so clever. I should know these colours probably, and I don't, but that 6 makes this 3, and that 6. That makes this 4, and that 3. Now this can't have a 9 on, so 9 is there. This is a 5, 7 pair in these cells, and as we just discovered in this box, this purple cell, purple colour, is a 9. And the blue colour is a 7. And we're very, very nearly finished entirely now. That is a naked 6. 6, that's a naked 9, that's a 7, The 6 is sorted out 6-3, the 7 sorts out 5-7, and we finish off with a 4 in box 1, and our weird bug is complete. Brilliant, brilliant puzzle, superb start, lovely completion throughout, just elegance. I love that we get to do this sort of puzzle every day. Thank you for following along. It's an absolute pleasure to have you with us. So brilliant, that one, and I hope to see you again tomorrow. Bye for now.